Well, hey there, it's Jen.
And Elke, and welcome back to the Jen and Elke Show, where we teach you about print-on-demand marketing and strategy. And today we are talking specifically about Zazzle, which is a print-on-demand site that you might be interested in or are already on. And more importantly, what can you make on Zazzle this week that we recommend, which is Foamcore boards for weddings. And we're going to dive in. And if you haven't tried it yet, even if you're not going to make wedding invitation suites or really get deeply into weddings, you can really sell well with accessories like these Foamcore boards. So let's get started and show you a little bit about what's an option to make onto a Foamcore, like what kind of designs, who to target for a Foamcore board product so that you can tap into this wedding market niche.
Yes. And we're specifically talking about the wedding niche. Foamcore boards are available in other niches as well. You can create them for baby shower, graduation, all the things for events. But today we're specifically talking about weddings because weddings is a really big lucrative market. And especially at the time of this recording and when this when this show is coming out on YouTube, we are getting into the wedding season in the next couple of months. And so if you wanted to get into the wedding market and actually compete, then I highly suggest that you just start to do some research within the wedding market for other products as well, but specifically for Foamcore boards because they sell really well and they are a higher price point product on the Zazzle marketplace. And so when you sell one or even multiple Foamcore boards, then you get a higher royalty. Okay. And so
what's really cool is there's a digital download option.
Yes, that too. So there's a digital download.
And explain what that is, or
you can talk about that afterwards if you want. We'll go on to a specific product and we can.
Well, it won't matter. We'll do it right now just so that you know, so you can sell it physically. But some people actually like to buy the physical product and then also have the option to do a digital download so they can use it as a file for printing onto other surfaces as well. And the digital download, if you set your royalties in a certain way, and we're not going to go into that here, but you're going to actually make a lot more money than you would even if you sold the physical product. So that's a really cool option. And that's why we're recommending Foamcore boards rather than like banners, tapestries, and other types of signs. And also just the fact that the Foamcore board is an option where not like a poster where you have to somehow make it somehow more stable so that it can be put up. Foamcore boards are obviously just stable enough that they can just be put on an easel. And so it's the least amount of effort after you get the product to have it functioning so that you don't have to, like the person doesn't have to frame it or tack it up in some way or another. Okay, so that's why we're picking Foamcore boards.
Okay. And so I've just put in Foamcore, wedding Foamcore. If you put in the word signs, I did my research previously just before recording this video. Signs includes other products as well. So if you're looking specifically for the Foamcore product, then I would highly suggest putting wedding Foamcore into that search bar. It's also called Foamcore once you want to create it in the create your own section. Okay. So you can see already Zazzle structures their search results here with some keywords. So we have for her, for the bride, black and white, elegant, modern, simple, and script. These are just some popular keywords that people are using to describe the products that they're creating. You can kind of see some correlations and some similarities in some of these. However, it can be used for multiple different reasons. And so we have, of course, the welcome sign. There is something that you can use play on words as a welcome sign too. So it says, we're so glad you're here. Then there's photos involved with some of them. Some of them are just fonts and script based. This one is quite neat because it's actually a seating chart involved as well. And then there is welcome to the night before, which is another situation or event that's not just the wedding ceremony. You can have it for a rehearsal. You could have it for the after party. You could have it for the actual wedding. What else do we have here? And we have a bachelorette weekend as well, not really associated with the actual wedding, but including weddings, obviously. Someone's created signature drinks on a Foamcore board, which is kind of cool. So there's a lot of things that you can play around with when it comes to different options. And it doesn't just have to be the welcome sign. There's one that says the bar here, and it gives a list of all of the different drinks that you can order. What else do we have here? Seating charts, obviously. Then there's a cutout. Oh, there's one that people can cut out of the foam core board using one of those X-Acto knives. And then you can actually create a photo booth option using the foam core board. So people are being inventive here, which is quite fun. Not only just talking about the purpose of the foam core board and the topic of what is actually on it, you can see some similarities in terms of the designs. Like I mentioned, there's a lot of photos, then we've got different color schemes. Clearly, this is just a generic search. So if somebody has a specific theme associated with their wedding, then they would do a little bit more research to hone in on that specific theme, including specific colors and or florals or different types of scripts. But the foam core boards are a really cool product that you can be playful with and give people the opportunity to, invite people to their wedding and or have their seating chart or even do a photo booth, which is quite cool.
Yes. And as always, these are sellers who would be very upset with you if you just copied what they've done, because they worked hard to make these designs work. Even though some of them look very easy, they are strategically worked on. We've actually worked with a lot of the clients that have their foam core boards here on the popular sort to make that one specific one where the welcome is in a right spot and the photo is a really good photo. So be mindful of all these little tiny nuances that make something really desirable, but don't copy the are already there. Just notice oh, okay, there's a picture of the couple, then it has the word welcome in a script, and then it has the name and so on. How can I deliver on those same points, but make it a different design so that someone isn't going to look at that and go I just copied that first one on the page, right? We don't want that. That's not something we encourage at all, which really is very frustrating, because everyone goes oh, just make this design, just take it and put it into ChatGPT and make a new design in Kittle or something. That is just not the way that people are going to be happy with you. You want to create a long-term scalable business, online business, whether it's on Zazzle or on Etsy or anywhere else. And that is one of the secrets as to why Jen and I have been in the business since, I hate to say it, since 2008. We're coming up to 20 years in print on demand. And this has been our secret sauce, is individuality. Understand what people want, but don't copy. Make up own, so that you end up being that one that people want, like that design, not that it looks like everybody else's. And that's going to give that longevity and scalability to 5 and 6 figures.
Yes. So thank you so much for watching this video. You have to check out the video that we did previously relating to foam core boards, because there is a very big mistake that you don't want to make when making your foam core board. So please go back and watch that video if you have not yet. And thank you so much for watching this video, and make sure you like and subscribe and comment. Let us know if you've made foam core boards before, and what kind of foam core boards you made, what sort of designs. We love to chat with you and see how you are doing on the Zazzle platform and what your progress is for creating products. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.